Hello everyone, Rick coming to you from Cleveland Pound Performance with our 1979 NECA Bronco. Our NECA Bronco is headed out to SEMA 2021 as part of the Beltec suspension booth. Very happy, very honored to be part of their crew, be heading out there representing them. They've been phenomenal for us. So any of your truck needs, lift it, lower it, hit up Beltec. Now that our body is off of our NECA Bronco, just want to take some time to go over to show all the fabrication work our team put in. This frame was done in-house. The original mounting points of the front suspension from our 2014 F-150 are still intact. By doing that, we eliminated the front leaf springs and the solid front axle. It gives the truck a much more modern feel. Anything that you've driven on, you know, leaf spring front, leaf spring rear, solid axles, rides a little bit rougher. This truck is a little more of a street truck than per se a straight off-road truck. Of course, it could still go off-road. It's built just like a 2014 F-150. By eliminating the front axle and leaf springs, it gives overall just a better feel for the truck. Going through this, we do have our supercharged 5-liter Coyote with a Roush blower right on top. This Bronco back in 1979 was running, 170 horsepower. So you figure you start throwing in a Coyote, supercharged, should be up in that mid-5 range. Great little kick for the Bronco. Still a very powerful motor. Going to do wonders. It's going to be on the highway, going to be able to tow, going to be able to do whatever you want with that motor. Coming around on here, you will see our Beltec coilover kit. Like I said, can't say enough good things about Beltec. That's a custom set they made for us just for this truck. They look beautiful. We put about, 150, 200 miles on the truck. Really just a great feel. We got our long tube exhaust headers, all from Kooks. And as we start working our way back off of, and you start looking at all the work in this frame, all of our body mounts we machined in-house. Why aluminum over rubber? We want it a little more durable, and also when you're building a custom truck between a half 2014 and a half 1979, most of these parts you can't order, so we feel the aluminum is going to be something that's going to hold up for the longevity of the truck and not be something someone has to replace, say, in 10 years. Coming into our frame over here, our cross member, same thing. Everything on this is all touched and all done in-house. We got our drive shaft loop and our exhaust starting to run right through the rear of our transfer case. Our drive shaft's a great little company out of California called Full Torque Custom Drive Shafts. Working with them on a bunch of our big dollar builds, love working with them. So as we made our exhaust through, coming back, we wanted our exhaust to basically have a very nice sound but an aggressive sound. Well, how do you do that when you can't get an exhaust off the shelf? You go in and you make it. We'll do sound tests. We'll have this, the motor running on a pallet off to the ground. So once we did our sound testing of our motor on the ground off to the side of the truck, we realized when we were going straight pipe back, it was, loud's cool, but it was like deafeningly loud. So we put an X pipe in here, gives it a great look, and it also helps just, chamber the noise just a pinch. It's still a very, very aggressive sound, but we didn't want to be, for the lack of better words, obnoxious. We feel the quality of the exhaust and the way to route the exhaust is something very important to get the sound. Now that we've gone over some of the framework, I want to go over the braking system before we get to the back axle. Front brakes are 6-piston Hellcat, and obviously those do not come factory on an F-150. So the 6-piston front caliper for the Hellcat, we had to turn the hub out, we had to remachine the face of the brake, and then make a custom backing plate. By changing that whole front thing and moving the stud location, I didn't want to have a bunch of, for lack of better words, when you get like those aftermarket wheels, you got studs kind of left out. It's basically hub-centric with where these studs should be. We don't have 9 studs behind there. So we redid the whole face of the hub, the rotor, and the mounting plate. So it looks like it came off the factory floor. The rear, being a 4-piston Hellcat, would be the same thing. We had to make a mounting plate for the caliper. We turned the face of the axle out, and then we remachined the front face of the rotor. Drilled it for our 6-lug, redid the outer axle face, put our 6 studs where we wanted them to be, so we're only 6 lugs, and we're able to run a 4-piston rear brake. And now part of that too is in the end, brakes are brakes. We still have to make sure that works with our ABS, our traction control, and all the stuff on our 2014 F-150. So in our braking system, just a ton of engineering, ton of design. The team did a great job getting that to where it needs to be. And I'm really happy that as a company being a salvage yard, we had 6-piston calipers on a shelf that we could go work through, figure out what we like, use our machines and use our team in-house to make all of it where it needs to be. So now we've gone over all of our braking system. Our rear axle is another very cool part of the truck. As I mentioned earlier, these trucks would normally be a leaf spring rear axle. We eliminated the leaf springs, went to a coilover setup with a 4-link system, That is the factory 2014 F-150 axle that we have modified. We've changed the mounting locations, add the 4-link system. Once again, Beltec hooked us up on these custom coilovers. And it's just little details like that on most Broncos. You don't see most Broncos running independent front suspension, coilover, 4-link, Hellcat brakes. With us, we're very big into the fabrication, and this frame is built to be functional. So going through, even though our exhaust goes through, our trans cross member, all that stuff's very pretty. Sounds small, but still a very functional trailer hitch. Tow that boat, tow those jet skis, you know, get out on the lake, go out to the ocean, use the truck for what it's meant to be. Drive it with your family, enjoy it. For everyone that's been following our videos on our Nika Bronco, thank you very much. We will be out there at SEMA 2021, part of Beltec suspension booth. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you, Beltec. Very excited to get back out on the open road, do some shows, see some people, show our Nika Bronco, and see you guys all at SEMA in Vegas this year. Thank you, everyone.